Okay, I'm going to take a quick second to explain the pre-sale fish ordering system. So basically, the way this is going to work is, in the past, I have ordered from my supplier fish that I think people want, and then bust my butt trying to sell them, right? And I end up just wasting a lot of time, and like, people don't want these fish, so because they want different fish than what I like, because I like certain fish. Anyway, so from here on out, I'm gonna have my customers order the fish that they want, and then my supplier is gonna quarantine them and send them to me, and then my customers can come pick the fish or shrimp up, or I can ship them, and I can ship anywhere in the continental United States. Shipping is usually anywhere from like 10 to 15 bucks. The other day I had a bigger order, it was like 17 bucks. Usually if people are just ordering like the little box, just getting like a reasonable amount of fish or shrimp. So obviously the more you order, the more expensive it's going to be. But if you're just like, oh, I want 5 fish, okay, it's probably going to be like 10 bucks. So, and I can ship in Utah too. So like if you live like an hour south from me, or you live up in Logan or something, it's probably better for me to just ship it. It's cheaper than the gas that it would take you to drive. And so for this round, my supplier is working with me, and he has quarantined a predetermined amount of each fish, just in case somebody orders that, just so that this first order goes really quickly. So I need to place the order today, and all the fish and shrimp will be ready by February 3rd. So I need all my customers to order with me today, and then the fish will be ready for pickup. It's a Saturday, February 3rd, or I'll ship out on that Monday right after. But typically quarantining takes 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, and then all of the fish and shrimp will be treated for parasites preemptively, just in case. So like for the shrimp, I usually do a salt dip, and for the fish, I feed them a dewormer. I feed them levamisol food, so they should be clean. I've ordered from this guy before, and they're always clean. I've never had any problems. I would order and then observe them for weeks and weeks, and he said they're good. Like, I already quarantined them. Like, they have to be quarantined because they have to go like on the airplane, so they have to go through like customs and stuff. So that's how that works. So they're good, they're clean, they're healthy, and I can send you a bunch of pictures and videos from like the facility that they come from, the people that breed them. Okay, so pricing. So since it's gonna be a pre-sale, I know like that's very scary for some people, and there's a huge trust factor. So because this is the most convenient way for me to do the fish, I'm gonna incentivize it by giving a big discount. So if you buy the fish before they get here, you will get a big discount. If you wait until the fish come here and then buy them, they're just gonna be regular price. I'll hold sales sometimes, but the sales will never be as big of a discount as the pre-sale, because the pre-sale is the most convenient way for me to do it, because then I have all my customers come on Saturday. I don't have to do it during the week. I order exactly what we need. It's not a big deal, and it's just easier for me. So what happens if something goes wrong? So let's say you want 10 guppies, and you give me money for 10 guppies, and I give my supplier your money for 10 guppies. And let's say the guppies become unavailable, or they die, or let's say I'm shipping them to you and they die in the mail. Now we had 2 options. I can either give you your money back, no problems, I'm not going to fight you, or you can choose to wait until the next time I order and I'll get your fish to you. Whatever fish it is that you ordered, I'll try to get them to you the next time. If they're still unavailable the next time, then I'll just give you your money back. I won't make you wait like months and months. So I'm planning on doing an order like this once a month. And once things are starting to pick up with my business, I'm getting out of the Air Force soon, and things are starting to pick up with my business. I'm hoping to do 2 orders a month or 3 orders a month. But for right now, I'm just doing 1 order a month. So customers will have to wait anywhere from 4 weeks to like 2 weeks or whatever for the fish to quarantine. So soon we'll be able to do orders more frequently, but I can't do that unless I have support of my customers. So a lot of people I've talked to, I tell them like, hey, like, we're pre-ordering this fish, and they're like, oh, well, just call me when you have it in. And it's like, I'm a very, very small business. It's just me. I don't have a lot of funds for this, and I don't have the money to place big, huge orders up front like that. So that's why I have to do the pre-sale. Otherwise, I can only order like a little bit at a time, and it just is inconvenient, and it's like a hassle, because then I'm doing multiple small orders instead of like 1 or 2 big orders. But I hope that answers a lot of questions about how this works. And next I'll just explain, like, why should you trust me? Like, who are you? Why do you do this? So I know it's very scary to give your money to somebody on the internet that you've never met, but yeah. Sorry, it's just kind of awkward to say. Like, I've been in the Air Force for 11 years, and I've served honorably. I'm getting discharged honorably. I'm just separating at the end of my contract because I just want to go do something else. I'm an F-35 mechanic, and I've been that for the whole time I've been in the Air Force, except for the first couple years I was on F-16s. But I've had a security clearance the whole time. And if you know anything about security clearances, you know that if anything pops up, like, let's say I have like a large amount of credit card debt or something, they would take away my security clearance. Let's say I did something crazy, like a DUI, or I hurt somebody, or like broke the rules like crazy. They take your security clearance away. But I've had my security clearance the whole 11 years I've been in. It's never been taken away. Like, I've served honorably. So that's just a very basic way I can show to you, like, I'm trustworthy. Other than that, I have a huge online presence. There's a lot of people in the fish hobby that know me and can vouch for me. I'll put all the links to everything down below, but I have a YouTube, a Twitter, a Instagram, a Facebook. I have like all that stuff, band app. I'm on everywhere, and everywhere is like completely transparent. I'm very consistent. I post daily about, on my Facebook I post a lot of personal stuff, but I post a lot of fish stuff, so you can look me up online. Also, I've had my LLC since 2020. I've been doing this, the fish room is 2 years old, and I've been doing it for 2 years, and I have all 5-star reviews on every platform. I have 1 4-star review. I cried, but I found out that some people give you 4 stars because they think that 5 stars is perfection, and nobody's perfect. And he probably should have given me a 5-star, but that's just the type of person he was. Because I messaged him and I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, oh, nothing. That's a very good rating. I just never give anyone a 5-star ever. It's just a personal thing. Yeah, I was scared to ask for reviews after that, because I was like, oh my gosh, what if other people think that too? Like, I don't want a bunch of 4-star reviews just because those people have like a personal thing where they don't give 5-star reviews. I want 5-star reviews. So anyway, yeah, I strive to get 5-star reviews. I do great customer service. I help out my customers I try not to advertise this because I don't want people to take advantage of me, but every time people come to my fish room, I give them extra fish or shrimp or plants. And the same thing when you ship in the mail, like, let's say you order 6 shrimp, I'll put 2 extra in there just in case one of them dies in shipping. They usually don't, so you usually just end up with 2 extra shrimp. So, and then everything's already heavily discounted anyway, so a lot of good sellers will do that. They'll add extra fish or shrimp in to cover any DOA, dead on arrival, just in case. There's usually like about a 10% or less. You want to have less than 10% tolerance for that. It's just the nature of the beast. When you're shipping livestock, it just happens, so you have to just accept that. But what sets a good seller apart is whether or not they're going to work with you on the back end. So like, last time we had an order, I'll give you an example of something bad that happened. We had an order, and it went to Chicago first, and there was a snowstorm, and it had to get canceled. The flight got canceled, so the box of fish that I ordered was late by a day, 24 hours. And so when it showed up, 2 bags of fish were dead. Rest in peace to those boys. It was rummy nose tetra and neon tetra. Some of the neon tetra were like half alive, and I like brought them back to life by putting them into some warm water. And this lady came in, she's like, I really want these. And I'm like, well, you take the neon tetras. If they die, then I'll give you new ones. Next time I order, I'm ordering neon tetras. And she's like, okay. So she texted me and she's like, hey, they ended up dying like a couple days later or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll give you some more. And then my supplier, he credited me for the fish that showed up dead. So everyone is taking care of each other. So it's not like, yes, sometimes bad things happen, but what makes a good business different than a bad business is someone that's like, oh, that sucks, you know, oh well, like, no, you don't get your money back. Like, that's what makes it a bad business. Same thing with like at my daycare, like, sorry, unrelated to fish, but like if something happens with my kid at daycare and I'm like, that's unacceptable, the daycare lady, the director, she will like do training and try to make it up to me and apologize, and like she corrects her employees. Like one time she had to fire a girl because, yeah, it was crazy. But my kid was like ate a piece of trash off the floor and I found it in his diaper, and I was like, excuse me, are your employees watching my kid? And she was like, oh my gosh, this is not normal, like most of my employees are good. And she did an investigation and she fired that lady right away. She was like, I cannot have that happening. So yes, sometimes bad things happen, but the difference is how we handle it. So I'll put all the links in the description below, and I think at the end of this video I can show my business license. I'm just gonna black out my address because I don't want people to know my address, but unless you're coming to pick up fish. But yeah, I'll put everything you need. You can check me out, my website, everything, and vet me and see if you can trust me or whatever. But this is how I want to do it moving forward. So if you want fish from me, we're just doing pre-orders. Like, that's just how we're doing it. Occasionally I'll probably order in some fish just so I have some stuff on hand, but this is how I want to do it moving forward.